Where is Sneh?
She's there. Sneh is there.
Okay.
So welcome everybody. Sabko swagat to this program. Prajakta, welcome. Okay. So now this is, I think we started this almost 5 weeks back. It's going great. I think this is a new mode in the new era. So here we have our dearest Prajakta, for showing her portfolio of works.
Thank you.
So no ado, no introduction. Over to you, Prajakta. Everything is yours. We all are with you.
Thank you, Satish, for giving me this opportunity of presenting my work. And as I said, I'm quite camera conscious person. So So yeah, so I'll directly start with my work because yeah, I think this is the good point where I can start my work. Should I?
Yeah.
Please.
Can you see that?
Okay.
Yes,
it's happening.
Okay, so
Yes,
I have
Prajakta.
I've done my graduation from JJ School of Art, and I was very much interested in portraiture. Initially, I have done, in fact, my master's also from portraiture, and this is the only one work which is, I mean, I did it in 98, so that I was in maybe 4th year or next. Okay. So as I said, I was always, so I was always working on what is real, what is artificial, and we had to paint these posed models. So I was more interested in painting background and model along with the background. Uh, so I did many portraits during this period, and this was in 2002. And I did portraits of children, and I was very good in portrait. Basically, I could finish it, like I could get a character, and it's like the way you uh, when you feed your child, तुम्हारे मुंह खुल जाती है. So it was like that expression which I was trying to capture, it always reflects in on my face. So it was more like a exercise, and I think I was very good in that. So I did this work in 2002, and the title was Say Cheese. So yeah, these references I took from magazines where this happy birthday जो आता है बच्चों को happy birthday wish करने के लिए. So there was a exaggeration in expressions which ultimately leads towards like this. Caricature, and so yeah, so I was also, as I said, I'm a camera conscious person, and uh, I became uncomfortable when in this this artificial surrounding or whatever. So just trying to catch the real. This is a memory portrait of sleeping woman from train, and yeah, but then I thought that I was very good in that. As I said, I was very good in portrait. So uh, uh, so I wanted to challenge myself. Okay, how can I show the same thing in something else, like so yeah, so while thinking about all these things, I realized that I am more interested in corners. I'm more comfortable with those corners, and that is how I started painting corners, and maybe trying to arrange corners again, trying to make design out of it. That was as it is written there. It was in 2003, and then I painted only series of corners. They were only corners, as if I'm projecting, and displayed it like as if I'm projecting them on gallery wall. Okay, so
Yes, you go slow, little go like early one. Yeah.
So few of them from my home and few of them from my neighbors and my friends. Yeah. So this was my first solo in fact, this corner series. And then the same way, I find these corners in suburb and these dumping grounds in suburbs. The way we find these corners in our homes, the same we can find this dumping yards and these uh, shanties in suburbs. So I find something interesting in these corners always, and something is there to study basically than following news, or I don't know. I just like to experience this reality, going to dumping yards and seeing what we actually consume. So, and experiencing that thing is more important for me.
Yeah, 1 second, Prajakta. Is it slide show or is it a slide show you are putting?
It's not slideshow.
Yeah. For others, is it appearing a bit smaller in your screen in mobile?
Can you see it? Huh?
Yeah. Can you go for slideshow, Prajakta, please?
Just a minute. Is that okay? Hello?
Yeah, it's small actually. It's small.
It's
small. But I can zoom it in.
No, Prajakta, yesterday, like when we did a trial, you did a slide, no? काम पूरा ही देखते हैं बड़ा करके.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
It's okay?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
can't see them.
Yes, much better.
Yeah. But I can't see you then. ठीक है. Okay. Yeah, I can see you. To whom I am talking to? I can't see you.
There is an option there.
You can't see the people who sit in front of you.
At least you. ठीक है.
Yeah, at least one person you can see.
There is that option in that. You have the option to select the views actually there. So you can see more than one person if you want. Yeah.
Okay. Can we do that?
Yeah.
नहीं इसमें पे स्लाइड शो चला जाता है. Okay, ठीक है, we'll continue with that. नहीं वही रख स्लाइड शो. ठीक है. Yeah. So there were these are few works from the same series. Then as I said, I was experiencing this dumping yards, and that time I was staying in Borivali. So there was a Borivali West, and there was a dumping yard in Borivali. And so I used to visit that dumping ground, and so just painted it. Also, an important thing for me is like I used to take classes. I always like to work with children, and somehow I get energy and I feel nice with them. So I was taking classes and drawing classes when I started it when I was in third year of my college. So while teaching them, not teaching as such, but I was looking for something which everyone can paint. So maybe that is how I started using this grayscale, where here you can see, right? So so for me, I think the small things are more baki image making. So I think I can do it with practice, but the small things which are related to concern, I feel it runs my work, you know, and then work just happens. So that is not a uh, happening of work is not concern of mine. So yeah. These all are paperworks.
Okay. This on paper.
Sorry.
This is on paper now, like mixed media on paper.
Acrylic and gouache was on paper.
Okay.
Also, I was very much interested in painting material. Like I've used acrylic here, you know, and then this is gouache because I used to think about how to get the effect of that material. So you know, I wanted it. This blue was always there in my work, cerulean blue, as it also resembles to plastic. It's also and it reflects water. So I play with this multi-dimensional possibilities of the material. Yeah, here also you can see this plastic. Yeah, this work happened during my marriage, and it's a very small work. This is also during the same time. Same period. Like these images are from my reception and other whatever festivals which happened during marriage. So कुछ तो रह जाना, you know, गलती से कुछ तो रह जाना. It was about that. Okay, so very small things. Mark रह जाना. Yeah. And this was the display, so that
one was missing. The last one.
Sorry.
The last one was missing.
Okay. Yeah. So this was about रह जाना, you know, कुछ तो गलती से रह जाना and उसको वो notice होना.
So small, yeah.
ये slide show बहुत fast जा रहा है आगे.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, good. Yeah.
Then this was a display here. Also, I was trying to play with viewer. Since what I was trying to paint was very, it was very, you know, it was, uh, it, it, it was about, you know, very minute detail. So I wanted viewer to come close to the frame. So that's why this, because also I was trying to manage the eye levels. So that, you know, someone will sit down and see the nail polish of the nail. So yeah. Painted this Ganpatis in it was again a series, and this was a display. They were 6 feet by 8 feet. 6 feet by 8 feet acrylic. And I found these images in newspaper. It was not taken by me. So here also I was trying to play the sensibility of viewer, as you know. I was thinking कि किसी ने पहले भी देखा रहेगा ये, because it's already there in the newspaper, but how it changes its context when it comes in gallery. So yeah.
So where this show happened?
Sorry.
Where did it happen? So happened in.
It was at Vadera, but मतलब preview was in Kitab Mill in Bombay, and then it traveled to Vadera, Delhi. Again, as I said, you know, I keep on thinking about what happens with my work and how the work circulates, how viewer sees my work. So, as I said, these small concerns are more important for me to for happening of the work. So these are two corners which I have painted earlier, and it's my friend's bedroom. It's there on his wall. So again, one collector's uh, wall and my kachra on someone's wall. And the title of this show, this was my solo, but solo 2. So solo 1 ka jo kaam tha, someone bought it, and so kachra on someone's wall. Because also when we have these queries ki, why don't you change the title, because kachra, who is going to put kachra on wall? But then I wanted to paint kachra, so why should I? So I used to play with these words, and the not used to, but I like to play with this something which is maybe preconceived or whatever, the collector's view and the viewer's view and the student's view and things like that. Then the kaleidoscope I made just, sorry, and there were images of corners, and trying to make a design out of it. This work I did in 2009 when I was pregnant, and so I did small works, but I tried to, like I was painting uh, till last day, and I was teaching I was just not teaching as such, but just going through my niece books, and there was a exercise to her, okay, odd man out. So I was just trying to tell it, but then it was, yeah. So that is how this work came. Okay, apple में से flower को बाजू में करो, or like something which happened organically, and something which we try to make. So yeah.
I've seen.
Yeah, this was shown by Nancy. Yeah.
Niracharthu,
हाँ, मिर्चंदानी, मतलब नैन्सी ने दिखाया था. हाँ, हाँ, हाँ.
The early one.
Yeah, these both works were shown in Mirchandani, and it was shown by Nancy Abijani. And for me, these actions, as I said, other concerns which are not about, maybe not about uh, making of work, but because I delivered a baby this time, so it was my physical need to paint something uh, which utilizes my energy, and I was very much keen on painting something in very 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 detail. So yeah. Yeah, so as I said, I also like to, if it's a starry night or scary night, or it's canvas, all were canvases, 5 feet by 7 feet. And I believe के वो जो energy है, it should वो time to time use होना, and I have always focused on it कि वो time पे जो लगना है, for me painting is like throwing energy out of my body, and that too on that particular intervals.
It's 5 feet by 7 feet or 5 inch by 7?
5 feet by 7 feet. And yes, so I had my solo with Badera in
You have written
London.
Yeah,
This was
go
a third solo. Sorry.
No, there was an inch. You have written inch. Sorry.
इंचेस लिखा है क्या? Oh, sorry, it's feet.
बट वो जो स्मॉल वाले थे, जो 4 में थे, ऑड मैन आउट वाले,
वो छोटे थे. वो एक काम 10 by 10 का था.
ओके.
and this was again 5 feet by 7 feet. And as I said के कुछ तो छोटा पेंट करने का मन कर रहा था,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, मतलब that's what I'm trying to say कि imagery comes later, but some other things comes in first.
This is amazing.
And Sudhir Patwardhan has written on this, like catalog पे उन्होंने लिखा था, तो he
the
gave
cat.
me a very
Oh,
good. This was my third solo with Vadera, and it was in London, Grosvenor. So he wrote a very good like interpretation about that action, that कि बच्चा होने के बाद many females uh, they are more into knitting या फिर ऐसे कुछ कामों में they invest their time. So maybe this was the thing which I could do.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, of course, while painting there were few things which used to happen. So for me, this is like, as I said, just
Go slow,
removing
go
my
slow,
energy.
go slow, go slow,
Sorry,
go slow, go slow. It's fast. Yeah.
fast मतलब painting fast जा रहा है क्या?
No, yeah. The slide is moving fast.
Okay, अच्छा, okay.
Yeah.
And the titles of all these works were like this was spreading. It also resembles, if you remember, we used to had this mobile game in our mobile, earlier वो छोटे छोटे ऊपर से कुछ टुकड़े गिरते थे वो बना के, तो all the titles were with ing.
Tetris was the game.
हाँ, ब्रिक का कुछ तो एक होता था, उल्टे सुल्टे ब्रिक्स आते थे, तो
Tetris बोलता था.
अच्छा, okay.
You have to fit in that completely.
Yeah, so this was spreading, then this was bursting. It was also because there was so much of responsibility which suddenly came, and also I wanted to paint, and so it was like everything came up with which I was trying to manage. So that could be one reason. And yeah.
It's acrylic only.
This was acrylic. Overflowing was the title. मतलब it's a different thing कि काम करते वक्त कुछ कुछ चीजें जो मिलती है, like this part or this part, it looks like a uterus or वो सब, that's a different, that I feel it's a different, like it's a grammar of while doing it. Yeah. And then why I use acrylic, because most of the time it's about plastic, so
This is amazing. This was so beautiful.
yeah, this was, I don't remember the title, but it was something, yeah, it was spitting. Yes, I like the title of this, sorry.
Spitting.
Spitting.
Fitting,
we have
fitting.
no, it's spitting, थूकना.
Spitting.
ट्रेन में आदत होती है ना लोगों को थूकने की.
अभी नहीं चलेगा ये.
हाँ, अभी नहीं चलेगा शायद. अभी तो ट्रेन भी नहीं चलेंगी. Anyways, yeah, we'll go a little faster because then this work just happened like that. Then again, this was also part of solo at sorry, Grosvenor.
Yeah, good.
And it's kind of, the title of this was Solo Tiny Corner 2. So as I said, works keeps on coming again and again with different context. So the corners which I painted earlier, they again came into this with three-dimensional, so so I wanted to create a game of hide and seek, jaisa kuch to game in gallery. just showing few images. Yeah. Then this was a big work. It's 8 feet by 10 feet. I'll just go through images fast. It's acrylic on canvas.
Which
And
year is this?
this must be 2012, and this was made for a public gallery, and God and Goddesses was the title. Arshia Lokhandawala, she curated this for RPG, and yeah, the show
Achha.
was for a public gallery. I mean, it was for a Jahangir Art Gallery. These are just close-ups. This was a site-specific work. It happened in latitude 28, Delhi का भावना कक्कर का space में.
Yeah.
So this pillar was, I made it in studio, but otherwise पूरा काम. और वो जो wall था, वो wall उसका gallery, मतलब उसके वो side में कुछ नहीं था. तो I thought it's a good uh,
What is the material?
this is acrylic, based acrylic. Like when we use acrylic color, तो वो जो palette पे वो
Feeling.
glare जो रह जाता है, हाँ, तो उसको मैं संभाल के रखती हूँ और उसमें से भी कुछ काम बनता है फिर बाद में. This is Vibhu Kapoor's gallery, and I love these tiles. अभी तो उसका space बंद हो गया, but I love these old tiles of his gallery. और this work was made for his gallery, and it's like a replica of his tiles. And the title was Butterfly, Butterfly, Flying, Flying. When I was doing this work, my daughter was, she used to sing this song. I think उसको बाहर करना था, पता नहीं, but तो मेरे को वो गाना ये काम के साथ बहुत साथ में ही, मतलब I'm seeing her singing this song along with this work.
What is the medium?
Acrylic. Acrylic and paper.
Oh.
The detail.
Oh.
8 by 10 size. Yeah, and the interesting thing was that when I was doing like, पहली बात तो I used to love these styles, और दूसरा ऐसे था, when you, if you have seen that building, तो वो building को काफी बार उसका renovation हुआ है, तो still we can see this tile का pieces here and there. तो पहला मुझे ऐसे कुछ तो एक लगा था कि someone is trying to remove those traces and still those tiles are popping up. So that is how this work also happened. और मतलब when you enter this Great Western Building, तो ये जो tiles का traces बीच बीच में दिखता है, तो I don't know how much of कितना viewer लोग ने ये notice किया रहेगा, but that is how this work came. This was a solo which Bhavna showed this work, latitude 28 in HK Hong Kong Art Fair, and the title was Jelly with Nuts. Always it's very difficult to separate myself from my daughter, because when I was doing that small chota chota jo kaam kar rahi thi, that time also I was, I was feeding her, and उसको एक टाइम टेबल उसके साथ ही मेरा एक पूरा पूरा जो बनी हूँ मैं उसके साथ ही तब से बनी हूँ, जब से उसको लिया है तब से. तो मुझे वो टाइम सेपरेट करना, इट बिकम्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट. ये काम जब मैं कर रही थी तब मुझे आई हैड सम फिजिकल सम इश्यूज, एंड आई हैड वन सर्जरी. और उसी टाइम पे आई वाज मेकिंग जेली फॉर हर, और उसके जेली में मैंने थोड़ा ड्राई फ्रूट्स डाला था, कुछ हेल्दी थोड़ा खाए इसके लिए. तो दैट इज हाउ दिस टाइटल केम इन दिस वर्क. जेली विथ नट्स वाज द टाइटल.
In which year this one, ma'am?
This was in 2013, and 2 feet by 3 feet. It's all acrylic on canvas. And the reference was जो it's a pandal, जो शादी में पंडाल जो बनाते हैं. So reference was that. And then I made pieces as if, it will look like a pastry.
Red velvet.
Sorry.
Red velvet.
There is one video, I don't know, I'll just play it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it because they were. Can you see it properly?
Yes, yeah. Sound is not there, but
Yeah. But
हाँ,
it's
play
stuck.
हो रहा है क्या ठीक से?
In between, yeah.
So if you have noticed, ये दिखाने में मजा नहीं आता है, लेकिन अभी जल्दी जल्दी में दिखा देती हूँ मैं. देवर हर एक फ्रेम के पीछे प्रोग्राम कार्ड लगाया था, तो देयर वाज सम मूवमेंट इन द पीसेस आई यूज्ड.
okay.
तो या या So actually, after my solo show, which happened, the one which I showed in London, so उसके बाद there was some emptiness in my studio, and loneliness, emptiness was there. So, but I used to go to studio, and I was just breaking plastic scrap in my studio. I think I was doing it for 3 months, and so there were always breaks where I feel not to work, but then I try to maintain the discipline, and I do go to studio. So after this work also it happened, and that time I was visiting Dharavi, and also I was trying to study the suburbs of like Dharavi and Bandra Kolivada, and also my maid
And
used to stay. My maid used to stay in Konkad Nagar, so I used to visit those places. So this is from Dharavi. This painting is from Dharavi. This is from Bandra Kodivara. It's 2 feet by 3 feet, acrylic on canvas. This is also Bandra Kodivara, 2 feet by 3 feet. Same place. This is Konkad Nagar. This is also Konkad Nagar. It's all 2 feet by 3 feet. Then I made a pamphlet of these images, and Abhijit Tamane, he writes in Lok Satta, Marathi newspaper, and he's been writing in this paper from last many years, and he's writing for uh, common people. Like his language is quite simple, and he writes about art. So he wrote this text, and I made this pamphlet called Happy Living. And we have in Bombay, we have these small structures called Vachanalayas. It's bus stop like structure where people, spend their time in evenings. They do read their newspapers and all. So I like that space, and I used to sit with these pamphlets, and I used to talk to people over there, and they used to share just their memories and images with me. So I made this happy living page on FB where I used to upload these images shared by them. These are just these images are sent by Purvi. She was 10 years old. Now she must be younger, like older. She sent these images in response to my pamphlet. This was my student of Rachna architecture. She sent these images. So I was just trying to uh, maintain this. I was just trying to maybe make this library kind of thing, visual library, for myself and for viewers. So this was a place where I said a lady like that Tai who used to look after my daughter. So I've been to her place many times, and this place is called Konkar Nagar. It's in Bhandu, and it's a very it's an amazing place where I just used to go again and again. I didn't feel going to Dharavi. I tried to work from there with someone with children over there, but I couldn't relate to Dharavi because I feel Dharavi people come there, they stay there for 2 3 years and then they move back. But this Konkar Nagar is like a it's very well nurtured place, and so yeah, I when I used to go there, I used to get not hypnotized. I don't know what it is, but I used to get lost with the place itself and the houses, and so I started going there again and again. काफी बार मेरे को पुलिस ने रुकाया, एक बार पॉलिटिशियन ने रुकाया, but then I used to कुछ ना कुछ अलग way से I used to go there. Like then I started when I went to police station, then उसके बाद then I started teaching in Rachna architecture, so that I will also get to know okay, what is there so much to understand that I'm going there again and again. So that's what I'm trying to say. All these things are more important for me than just not just make than working in studio. This uh, pushing myself or pushing my boundaries or yeah. So this was a place where I didn't know what it was, but this place was very it was a cool place basically, and I used to go there and I used to do this work, and slowly people also started joining me. जो स्टूडियो में जाके करना था वो मैं यहाँ पे जाके करती थी, और बाद में मुझे समझा कि why I'm liking this place, क्योंकि धूप तो बहुत होती थी. तो this was a water tank basically, and that is why this place is open, otherwise it's quite intrigued place. I have painted this place earlier in my painting. Then yeah, so I was just going there and trying to understand this place for almost 4 to 5 years. And फिर जब मैं रचना में सिखाने लगी तो मैं बच्चों को लेके जाती थी यहाँ पे, and they also work there. So then I thought कि I should do something, like I should क्योंकि काम पेंटिंग भी किया था, तो I wanted to do a show of my works on the site, but then uh, I wanted support from some institution. So Mohile Parikh supported this project, and we made this invitation for people who were staying there, like local बच्चे जो थे वहाँ के. This was our invitation, and this was a work on the invitation. Okay, so two of my, I would not say students, but students of Raheja Architecture, I had a workshop with them in 2002, 2010. तो वो जो लड़कियां हैं, एज ए सेड, मैं वहाँ पे जाके बहुत खो जाती थी. तो मुझे आई यूज टू रिमेंबर, आई स्टिल रिमेंबर फ्यू हाउसेस, बट आई डोंट नो द रूट्स एज सच. तो दोज गर्ल्स, दे हेल्प मी इन मेकिंग दिस मैप. और वो चल के हमको वो जगह पे जाना था जिधर बैठ के वो जो पानी का टंकी था वहाँ पे. So this was a trek arranged by me for local children, for one of the NGO in the local area, and for artists. This is done by my student of Rachna Architecture in previous sessions. So there were few traces of works done by students. This was artist visit to the site. And people were, whoever we used to get, they were supposed to talk on their web, on about the area where they are living. So that was it. But the amazing thing was कि पहले जो लोग ने मुझे रोकते थे, and they also became a part of it. So you know, that was the, I feel, I don't know, I just feel nice about it. This was the exhibition place where I used to, I was doing that work. So I exhibited my work here. And I got very nice, as I always, I think I told this to Sujit also, okay, I got a very nice interpretation from these children, which I normally don't get in galleries. So, I mean, that is why I like to work with them. This was a session, sorry.
I was there actually.
I know you were there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. This was sessions with students of architecture, and he's Kush, who was also part of show arranged by Mohile Parikh, and he helped me because I'm very bad in media. So he helped me to, you know, because some of them, they wanted to make a game on computers, and also he helped me in technical and other aspects. So there was one temple where we used to sit and we used to talk with students and children over there. And this was my studio. And uh, so again, for me, in the whole aspect, for me, the important thing was that the temple uh, got converted into exhibition place for 4 days, 3 days. So we exhibited artworks, students' artwork in the place. Yeah, so this lady was talking about the temple itself, कि वो temple कैसे बना थे. There was a यहाँ पे पहले घर नहीं थे कुछ भी, तो people used to throw their garbage. और उसके बाजू में ही पानी का, because the place is, again, it's a different history about the place, so I'll not go deep into it, but तो वो जो गार्बेज का जो सब कचरा का जो पानी होता था, वो पानी में मिक्स होता था. So that is how this temple came, and that is how the whole place is there. Then the students of the local students and the NGO students, they had to see my work and the trick which was designed, or not designed, but the selective part of the mountain which was shown. And children's, like students work in temple, then they had to select their walls, and they had to draw whatever they wanted to. तो ये एक गली थी जिसमें जब when I went there, तो मुझे बहुत सफोकेशन हो रहा था. काफ़ी आर्टिस्ट लोग इसके अंदर भी नहीं गए. तो this is what they drew, tiger, because they were thinking कि वो cave की तरह है. तो no. देन उधर की जो लड़कियां थी, उन्होंने कुछ उनके इसमें से कि देवर प्लेइंग ग्राउंड नहीं है वहाँ पे, तो दे दिस इज माय फेवरेट वर्क कि ये नीचे वाले घर का ऊपर वाला खिड़की है ना, तो ये कुछ तो, एंड देन शी पेंटेड वन विंडो हियर. So this was a, like, I'm quite happy with the whole whatever I got. Then ये clouds जो कलर निकला है उसका clouds बनना. Okay, so these two girls who helped me uh, in 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 making the route, they developed their interest and they made a game out of it called Snake and Ladder. तो उसका process पूरा यहाँ पे लगाया था, so that उधर के मतलब बच्चे लोग देख सकते कि काम, how it evolves. And also then I had notes from this children कि वो लोग ने वहाँ पे वैसा क्यों पेंट किया है. So I had uh, like I'm quite satisfied with the whole experience. कि कुछ लोगों ने बोला था कि ये गांव के जैसा दिखता है लेकिन गांव नहीं है, खेती नहीं है इधर, बिल्डिंग्स है. बिकॉज दिस इज लाइक अ कल्चरल एक्सचेंज, इट्स कॉल्ड कोंकण नगर. तो जब लोग कोंकण में जाते हैं तो उधर से पेड़ लेके आते हैं, उधर से तो कब वो खाना भी वही बनता है, तो सब कुछ उधर का है, बट इट्स इन बॉम्बे. तो या एंड दिस उसके बाद फिर मैं ये जगह पे गई नहीं, 3 महीना में ये जगह पे नहीं गई, और फिर मैंने वापस 3 महीने के बाद गई. तो मेरे को यहाँ वहाँ पे ऐसे ही कुछ कुछ चीज़ें बच्चों ने की हुई दिखी. कुछ लोगों ने वो ड्राइंग्स निकाल दिए थे और कुछ नए ड्राइंग्स भी आए थे, तो आई जस्ट टुक दोज रेफरेंसेस. Yes, this was a, yeah. So then those two girls जिन्होंने मुझे वो ट्रैक बनाने के लिए मदद की थी, तो they wanted to make a game out of it. So I thought it's a very good idea. एक cultural place को भी it can represent. So the same show traveled to Kalakriti Art Gallery, and I inaugurated this game there. It was a collaboration between Shivani and her sister and myself, and there was one more person who makes games, mathematics से लेके वो games बनाते हैं. अमोद कारखानेस करके है. तो हम लोग ने ये गेम बनाया था. एंड या सो देयर वर रूल्स आल्सो, क्योंकि ये जो साइट है वो सुबह अलग दिखती थी, दोपहर लाइक मॉर्निंग में इफ यू गो देयर तो सब लोग बहुत घाई में रहते थे, और पूरा पानी ड्रेनेज से पानी आता था, और वॉशिंग भी चालू होता था, तो स्टेप्स के ऊपर से भी पानी आता था. तो इसलिए इसमें जो थे, एक कुत्ता था, एक माउस था, और एक लड़का और एक लड़की था. मतलब गेम में दे कैन प्ले, बट बिकॉज ऑफ दिस फ्लोइंग वाटर वो लोग रास्ते के ऊपर से नहीं जा सकते. बट इफ यू गो इन आफ्टरनून, इफ यू आर प्लेइंग दिस गेम इन आफ्टरनून, तो आफ्टरनून के टाइम पे सब शांत रहता है, तो माउस कैन ड्रेनेज का पाइप से जा सकता है, और मे बी डॉग कैन वॉक फ्रॉम रूफ. So this is how we and then also you can have your own characters, and you can decide a time, and you can but that was the real character of that place, that every time you go there it looks different, afternoon में it looks different because वो धूप छाव भी रहती है, तो बहुत एक अलग ड्रामा तैयार होता है वहाँ पे. एंड जितना मैंने इसको समझा है, एक सर्टेन पेरिफेरी तक ही ये रियलाइजेशन होता है. उसका 5-10 स्टेप्स भी इफ यू गो आगे पीछे, then you don't, as I said, it was not there in Dharavi because that nurturing part was not there. Yeah, so these are the rules. Okay. Then this work, as I said, कि मैं जो स्टूडियो में करती थी वो मैं ये जगह पे जाके करती थी. And then these ladies also, they joined me, and Jaisal Thakkar, she showed this work. I was not supposed to show in fact this work in gallery, but then it's really nice that she showed this work in gallery space. And this was done by children and people. I was more interested in this video. मैं थोड़ा सा प्ले करती हूँ इसको.
Yes.
It's me. इनफैक्ट ये काम होने के लिए भी एक देयर वाज अ रीजन. आई मेड दिस वर्क स्पेसिफिकली फॉर समवन, एंड या and unfortunately that person couldn't join for a longer time. ये हार वाला था, वो हार बनाता था, तो मतलब काफी लोगों ने शी इज माई डॉटर। और वो बहुत टाइम तक ये करती थी, मतलब उसको तो वो टाइम पे आता नहीं था, बट वन शी यूज्ड टू सिट, तो वो बहुत टाइम तक करती थी। Yeah, so it's quite long. I think I'll just go ahead. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it's a painting on our, it's 5 feet by 7 feet. And it took a long to finish, but acrylic on canvas. Uh, uh, as Sneha asked now about this waste color. So this was shown in Kalakriti, and I got an opportunity. In fact, Sujit, you were asking me to work with
Yeah.
Kalakriti because it's a different place,
Yeah.
and so I could experiment there. And there were those objects made up of acrylic waste. And this was in my studio, so I just put this here and I asked Ayati ke kaise dikh raha hai, kya dikh raha hai. So she said it's doggy spotting. So I like the title and I just gave this image like that. Again in Kalakruti, there were school students who had to, there was some exercise made for them, and they had to react in response to my work. ये उन बच्चों का काम था जो मेरा शो के टाइम पे अलग स्पेस में डिस्प्ले किया था. This show happened in 2016. Then this one is like this is again another project I'll show. It happened in Konkan, and the title of this was around Dhamapur Talav. I was studying this place for quite a few time, and these are my notes. जो वो उसके पहले मैं जाके वो पढ़ाई किया था वो जगह का, and then I just thought I'll have a workshop. उसका एक अलग story है, but anyways, so we had this workshop there, and also because I wanted to work there, और मुझे खुद को पता था कि मुझे कहाँ पे बैठ के काम करना है, but I didn't know what I'm going to do. So I wanted to spend more time with the space. And yeah, he's Mohammed, जिसने वो पूरा जगह का हमको बताया था, and it's in Konkan, which is close to my native place. And I've been working in Konkan from last almost 9 to 10 years with children. I'm trying to work with them, but now we have a concrete uh, group, or we are going to have our trust so that we can, yeah. Then his name was वैद्य बुआ, जिन्होंने वो जो तालाब था उससे रिलेटेड जो गांव की जो बोलते हैं ना एक स्टोरीज रहती है, तो he narrated those stories, and he was a different person, so same stories interpreted and told differently. So that was a different. And he is Viraj Kamble, one of the student. तो उसका ये काम था. So I'll show that place later. So this was Viraj's work was about before knowing about the place, like before listening to those stories and interpretations about the space, just going blindly and seeing the place, it was same, and after knowing the things, it was also same. So his work was about illusion. This was my work. Then Vidya Kamat's workshop we arranged. के oral stories को visual में कैसे लेके आ सकते. So her workshop was there. So I asked her if she can. So many school students joined it. Then Narendra was one of the student जिसका ये काम है. I like this work also. And this is Ayati's work. And the title was Ants Kingdom. And this was my work. तो जब तक मैं वो सब स्टोरीज सुने नहीं थे, तब तक मुझे पता नहीं था मैं क्या करूँगी. बट आई वांटेड टू सिट on this. In Marathi we call Paivat. Paivat is it's a road which happens naturally, and this is this place. So I'll just show the video. It's a dam basically, and the whole village gets water because of this dam. And the local government, they wanted to build a bridge in it, तो उसके ऊपर कुछ काम चल रहा था. So there are many stories. I wanted to work on this road. It's a road between dam, not dam, but the talab, and just you will just see. So earlier, when the dam was not there, this permanent dam was not there, villagers, they used to come every year. They used to build this dam before it rains. So this was the place where all villagers, they used to gather, and they used to have their puja before they build a bridge. And
Where is this place exactly?
it's in Kudal in Konkan.
Udal.
Kudal is the place from where I'm
Udal.
working.
Udal.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry for next. Then, yeah, this work happened after that. This is called, this you must have seen.
Yeah.
Abhi Jaisal, again, she's showing us actually.
Sakshi Shol.
तो the title was Urban Mountain, and ये भी काम ऐसे हुआ था कि yeah, so I started with this green, I wanted to use this green. As I said, I will always use Cerulean blue as water, as because I feel it's quite close to water as well as plastic. तो वैसा ये मेरे को ग्रीन भी लगता है कि वो जो लेबोरेटरीज से जो फ्यूम्स निकलते हैं वो ग्रीन, और एक फ्लोरोसेंट ग्रीन जो बच्चों को भी, मतलब बच्चों के एनिमेटेड कैरेक्टर्स में भी बहुत बार होते हैं. सो इट्स लाइक एन पॉइजनस ग्रीन एज वेल एज very close to nature. So I wanted to work with that, and the title of this was Urban Mountain.
What was it?
Urban Mountain. और उसको मुझे ये जो ब्लू था, ये यहाँ पे थोड़ा ठीक नहीं लग रहा है, फिर भी मिनिएचर में जो ब्लू दिखता है अपने को उसके साथ यूज करना था. सो दैट इज हाउ इट स्टार्टेड.
Acrylic.
Yeah, exactly. It's 4 by 5 feet. Then this is 6 by 7 feet acrylic, and yeah, and the title was Jhumar, and as I've written in it, I saw this tree. It's a tree. It's a ulta tree, and uh, this वो झाड़ जब भी मैं बार बार देखती हूँ वो झाड़ को, because I found this tree on the outskirts of Mumbai, and I see it again and again because every time it looks different. And but what attracts me is कि इसके आजू बाजू में और कुछ झाड़ ही नहीं है, बस वो अकेला एक ही झाड़ है, तो वो बहुत ठीक से दिखता है और बहुत ही सिमेट्रिकल झाड़ है वो. तो yeah, and when I saw this झाड़, तो मुझे कुछ वर्ड्स भी याद आए, एज आई हैव एक जो इसका टाइटल है झूमर है, या फिर घुमरो घुमरो जो गाना है प्रीति जिंटा का, क्योंकि ये घूमता भी वैसा है. तो देयर आर मेनी कैरेक्टर्स इन इट. तो एंड व्हेन इट केम इन माय स्टूडियो, तो आई थॉट इसका वो झूमर बनाओ तो उल्टा बना सकती हूँ. एंड एट द सेम टाइम ये मानसून के टाइम पे काम कर रही थी मैं, तो हमारा रोड पे जो झाड़ भी बहुत गिरते हैं बॉम्बे में, और बहुत बड़े बड़े झाड़ वो जब गिरते हैं तो सब कुछ लेके, लाइक वो सब रास्ता, वो पेवर ब्लॉक सब कुछ लेके गिर जाते हैं. तो दैट इज हाउ दिस ग्रे केम into work, must have come. Yeah.
It's charcoal, no? Initially.
No, it's acrylic. No, it started with acrylic. And again, Ayati, she interpreted it very well, that a fallen tree trying to swim. So yeah, so this gray came out of cement basically. Also my very old studio, it also went through a renovation, so there are gray patches along with white washed wall. So yeah, this one is my latest workshop. Workshop come, like I'm trying to still trying to understand this space. And बहुत पहले मड करके एक जगह है बॉम्बे में, जहाँ पे एक वर्कशॉप हुआ था. लकीली एक फ्रेंड है मेरे जिन्होंने मुझे ये मड के नज़दीक ही एक गाँव है मुझे दिखाया, एंड इट्स वेरी डिफरेंट विलेज. आई मीन इट्स सरप्राइजिंग टू सी सच विलेज इन बॉम्बे. And yeah, so I'll just go through the images and then maybe we can talk. It's called Erangbe. Yeah, there is a video.
Where it is? Which part of
Mud.
Mud, oh, Mud Island.
बोरिवली का ACA कॉलेज के साथ वर्कशॉप हुआ था यहाँ पे.
हाँ, आर्किटेक्चर कॉलेज.
मतलब initially I was going, but then that thing came, so I thought I can involve them.
This a very old settlement or very new? Or what?
It has got a मल्टीपल अगेन हिस्ट्रीज जो सुनने को मिलती है इसका, लेकिन एक एक जो कंफर्म हिस्ट्री है इसका वो ऐसा है कि पार्टीशन का टाइम पे पाकिस्तान, इंडिया पाकिस्तान का पार्टीशन जब हुआ था वो टाइम पे बिकॉज इसका राइट में, ये गांव जो है इसका राइट में देयर इज अ मिलिट्री कैंप, तो इसलिए सॉरी तो इसलिए उधर का विलेजर्स जो है ना उनको गांव से उठा के दूसरी जगह पे भेज दिया था। और फिर ये सब खत्म होने के बाद आफ्टर इंडिपेंडेंस फ्यू ऑफ देम they stayed wherever they were staying and few of them they came back and then they again had their own village and लेकिन अभी भी वो लोग में एक तो उसको एक कुछ तो सररियल सा एक फील आता है वो गांव में जाने के बाद। इफ यू सी दिस फेंसेस आल्सो तो ऐसे लगता है कि वो टेम्पररी है, परमानेंट नहीं है। तो ऐसे कुछ तो एक शायद यहाँ पे शूटिंग भी होता है, वो भी एक रीजन रहेगा। तो इट्स अ ब्यूटीफुल विलेज बट स्टिल देयर इज सम काइंड ऑफ mystery or people are very united but that is also maybe because के कभी भी हमको उधर से निकल जाना पड़ेगा, you know?
Oh.
So yeah, so I'm not supposed to give my interpretations, but the only history which I know is के लोग यहाँ पे पार्टीशन के बाद कुछ टाइम के बाद फिर few of them they came back and लेकिन यहाँ पे ट्रेसेस मिलते हैं जो वॉर हुआ था और वो टाइम पे कुछ ट्रीज है जो ऊपर से कट गए हैं, तो ऐसे कुछ ट्रेसेस मिलते हैं जो I can't, it's not surreal also, it's real, but still, you know, कुछ तो पहचाने से लगते हैं जो अपने ancestors को connect करते हैं और yeah.
Yeah.
This is just और of course मेरा जो personal study है कि एक aesthetics and so this was our उधर के लोगों के साथ पहले जाके मुझे बात करनी, मतलब मेरी पढ़ाई तो चालू रहती है and then if I feel के थोड़ा उनका कॉन्फिडेंस मैंने जीत लिया है और इट दे अलाउ बिकॉज इन दिस विलेज स्पेसिफिकली एज आई सेड यू नो दे आर क्वाइट कॉन्शियस अबाउट आउटसाइडर्स कौन आ रहे हैं और ये सब चीज़ें, बट देन दे बिकेम लिटिल फ्रेंडली एंड देन दे अलाउड अस टू सो या ही वाज द पर्सन जो हमको बता रहा था ये गांव का हिस्ट्री के बारे में। और वैसे ये जो ओरल स्टोरीज होती है उसका एकदम परफेक्ट यू नेवर गेट, बट दैट इज द फन ऑफ इट। तो and this dadi was telling we had just लेकिन ये जो ऑर्गेनिकली जो बनी हुई चीज़ें है उसमें मज़ा ऐसे आता है कि जो हम बुक्स में पढ़ना चाहते हैं वो चीज़ें अपने को लाइक हाउ दिस ओपन स्पेसेस दे मस्ट हैव, क्योंकि इनका जो फेस्टिवल्स होता है तो फेस्टिवल्स भी वो लोग बांट के देते हैं कि हु इज जैसे होली है तो होली कौन से लोग होली करेंगे यू नो, तो उनकी वो जो होली करने वाले जो लोग हैं तो उनके जगह में ओपन स्पेस रहेगा टू सेलिब्रेट द होली। सो दैट इज हाउ दिस ओपन स्पेसेस आल्सो अपने आप बनते जाते हैं वो स्पेसेस। या फिर दरवाजे के सामने दरवाजा आता है तो दरवाजे के सामने दरवाजा आता है तो अपने आप एक ओपन स्पेस बन जाता है। तो ये जो लिविंग में से जो ऑब्जर्वेशंस है जो मुझे भी सीखने को मिलते हैं मेरे साथ बच्चों को भी सीखने को मिलते हैं। एंड ऑफ कोर्स माय ओन दिस थिंग अबाउट ऑल दिस प्लेसेस इज के ये सब जगह अभी नहीं रहेंगी, तो फिर अगर ये विजुअल्स नहीं रहेंगे लाइक इवन इन कोंकण नगर वो अभी रीडेवलपमेंट में जाएगा तो बिकॉज आई पर्सनली डोंट कनेक्ट टू मॉल्स एंड आर्किटेक्चर ऑफ मॉल, तो ये सब चीज़ें अगर मुझे नहीं देखने को मिलेगी तो मेरा काम कैसे होगा। you know, because I feel I'm quite connected to this, like these are our roots, और फिर वो roots ही नहीं रहेंगे तो फिर how the even the this generation, how will they connect to what they will connect? So these are my personal this is my personal fear, and I don't think these students are really very good. Like अभी जो मैं 10 साल के बच्चे देख रही हूँ, they are very good. So this is like our display. ये एक दो लड़कियों ने बनाया था, एंड उसमें लाइक कुछ औरतों के साथ पर्सनली 3 दिन रह के बात करके, एंड इट वाज लाइक देयर वाज नो पर्सनल इंटरप्रिटेशन, लेकिन इन दिस लाइक दे मस्ट हैव देयर ओन दिस थिंग, लेकिन इसमें जो था इट वाज जस्ट अबाउट ड्राइंग्स इन रिलेशन टू दैट लेडी एंड अबाउट हर रूटीन. So they made a book. Then this I find very interesting. ये एक राधा करके एक लड़की थी, उसका काम है. और ये एक लड़के ने किया था like temporary fencing kind of. So he collected, he also made a book of references जो site पे मिले थे उसके temporary fences का, and then he had his own design. And after this I mean I wanted to work there, but उसके बाद कोरोना भी आ गया, लॉकडाउन चालू हो गया, so I just had 2 sketches there. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You can close the screen share.
कैसे करना है?
Oh, stop share.
Thank you. Yes, done.
Okay. Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Congrats, Prajakta.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's
Yeah,
nice.
great, good one.
Good works.
So any questions, and maybe
This was a comment from Facebook. One person, I don't know from where you got the inspiration, but it looks like a pastry. Red velvet cake and strawberry pastry. Good work. That's good. About that video, I think around
what was
200
the
and
inspiration?
230 people watched in
Oh, is it?
FB2. Yeah,
Great. That's so great.
more will watch. Okay.
Amazing.
Okay.
We asked question like many times.
Copy Vena.
So Prajakta, let me ask you, as the only non-artist in this group, let me shoot the first question.
Yep.
Okay, so you have told that if the redevelopment of all these places happen, where from you will get inspiration. Okay, so is it the lives of those people matter or your inspiration matter?
It depends. Like in Konkan Nagar, many of them they wanted a redevelopment, but this Erangai they didn't wanted redevelopment. And in fact वो लोग ने अभी कुछ तो एक अप्लाई भी किया था ये गवर्नमेंट को कि उनको डेवलपमेंट का जोन से अलग रखे करके. So because they still have their farming or see, everything has, it's not about good or bad, it's just about, I think, trying to understand. And so in case of Merangar, again I can't talk about all these things here because they have their personal this thing, but इतना मैं बोल सकती हूँ कि एरंगल में उनको रीडेवलपमेंट नहीं चाहिए था और कोंकण नगर में रीडेवलपमेंट चाहिए था. बट रीडेवलपमेंट डजंट मीन कि तुम सब कुछ फ्लैट कर दो. और लाइक व्हाई आई यूज्ड टू गो, अभी भी मैं मतलब खुद को रोकना पड़ता है मुझे ये सब जगह पे जाने के लिए. बट देयर ऑफ कोर्स देयर वाज आल्सो अ टाइम जब जब मुझे डर लगता था कि मैं अगर यहाँ पे जाऊंगी तो उधर ही जाऊंगी, मैं वापस नहीं आऊंगी, लेकिन अब वो डर नहीं लगता मुझे, यू नो। इनफैक्ट मैं आगे का ये सोच रही हूँ कि मैं उधर ही रहूंगी, मेरा स्टूडियो उधर ही करूंगी कुछ टाइम के लिए, और मैं उधर से, बिकॉज आई वांट ऑल्सो वांट टू कम आउट ऑफ मे बी इमेज मेकिंग, और उसमें से मैं निकलूँ बाहर, वो पूरा पूरा एब्जॉर्ब करके उसमें से निकलूँ, तो एंड और ये जो ऑर्गेनिक चीजें जो है ना, उसमें सीखने जैसी बहुत चीजें हैं। इट्स ऑल अबाउट लर्निंग। आई फील कि जो मुझे शायद टावर्स में नहीं लगता है, सीखने जैसा कुछ है ही नहीं उसमें, मतलब ना सॉरी बट मतलब जो कंस्ट्रक्शन का बात कर रही हूँ, जैसे अभी कोंकण नगर का बात करने जाओ तो वहाँ पे लोग डिसाइड करते हैं सुबह कितने बजे वॉशिंग मशीन लगाए। अगर वो लोग सुबह वॉशिंग मशीन लगाते तो उसका जो पानी छोड़ते हैं वो पानी से नीचे का एरिया धुल जाता है, तो उस हिसाब से अपना अपना काम वो डिजाइन करें। दैट इज हाउ द होल प्लेस इज इवॉल्व्ड। बट अगेन इफ यू सी कि उसके तुम 5 कदम भी बाजू में जाओगे ना तो वो फील तुमको नहीं आता है। If anyone wants to come with me, you can come, but again I would say it's my personal opinion, क्योंकि शायद किसी को वो लग भी नहीं सकता है, और जिन जिन को मैं लेके गई है कुछ कुछ को लगा है, कुछ कुछ को शायद नहीं भी लगा है, तो इट्स माय पर्सनल स्टडी मे बी।
Thank you.
लेकिन मैं इतना तो बोल सकती हूँ कि मेरे बच्चों का काम अच्छा होता है वहाँ पे, मतलब जैसा रिस्पॉन्स मुझे आया, सो इट्स ऑल अबाउट, इट्स नॉट अबाउट चेकिंग स्पेस, बट आई थिंक आई एम ट्राइंग टू, मैं खुद को ही चेक कर रही हूँ, यू नो। और मुझे ऐसे लगता है कि जो जगह से मुझे इंस्पिरेशन मिलता है, अगर वो जगह से मेरे साथ और 10-12 लोगों को मिलता है इंस्पिरेशन, तो उल्टा और ज़्यादा एनर्जी बिल्ड होता है, और मेरा फिर सोचने का जरूरत नहीं पड़ता है कि काम कैसे होगा, वो तो अपने आप होता है, और वो तो होगा ही। अभी इतने साल यही किया है तो वही होने वाला है। लेकिन बच्चे, जैसे हम लोग पेंटिंग दिखाते हैं गैलरी में कि अपने को व्यूअर मिले, वैसे शायद मैं बच्चे ढूंढती हूँ कि जो मुझे मिला है वो उनको भी मिल रहा है क्या। और अभी तक ऐसा नहीं हुआ है कि मुझे मतलब ऐसा, मैंने काफी लोगों से सुना है कि बच्चे अच्छे नहीं है, ये नहीं है, वो नहीं है, ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ है मेरे साथ। इनफैक्ट कोंकण नगर में कुछ लड़कियां, उसने अभी थीसिस भी किया है कोंकण नगर पे, और वो लोग एक्स्ट्रा क्लासेस लेते थे, एंड देन आई यूज्ड टू, यू नो, उनके लिए मुझे जाना पड़ता था कि सैटरडे को एक लड़की अलीबाग से आती थी। तो दैट्स व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से कि बच्चे भी ऐसे नहीं हैं अभी के, जो मैं पता नहीं कौन से बच्चे वैसे थे, लेकिन बच्चे भी वैसे नहीं है, तो या या मतलब मुझे फिर ये नहीं समझ में आती, फिर ये जो लेटेस्ट डिजाइन्स है वो किसके लिए बनाई है, बस मेरा सवाल बस यही है, मतलब।
Anyone else? Any questions?
No, we usually ask questions, and a lot of questions we so I can ask for the viewer maybe that the same question I always ask. So when did you really, what made you to move away from, somehow like somewhere in the painting, like you are doing something in a different way, very photorealistic or mediatic realism which you are making it. And in a one point you are taking a turn to something which is more, you are doing still your painting, but in a different direction. So what actually made, how do you decide that in that? And uh, I've read or I've heard there are many seniors, like senior artists like Vivan or Malini and all. They say they give different, sort of a reason that like why they stop. There are few of them are saying, one was saying that like it's just a window, you can do more. And the other one say the history of painting is mostly like bourgeois, the capitalism and that, and this they wanted to stop. So I don't think in any that way so what actually made you to
So Sujita, as I told, जब मैं फोटो रियलिस्ट पेंट कर रही थी, so that's what I said कि मेरे लिए ये सब चीजें बहुत जरूरी है. I used to teach, तभी मैं बच्चों को सिखाती थी, और तब मुझे ऐसे लगता है कि ऐसा एक मेथड कुछ हो सकता है जिसमें बच्चे they can express maybe, but everyone can paint. So that is how that grayscale came. But if I see then उसके पहले जो मैं कॉलेज में काम करती थी या फिर पोर्ट्रेट्स which I showed earlier, तो वो वैसे नहीं थे. तो मुझे ऐसे नहीं लगता मैंने कभी खुद को बांध के रखा है, और एक्शन पे मैं बहुत जोर देती हूँ, और विच माय बॉडी फॉलोज. और मतलब जैसे मैंने इनफैक्ट जो गांव में जो काम किया था, मुझे ये नहीं पता था कि मैं उसको मैं क्या करूंगी वहां पे. उसके लिए बहुत कुछ किया मैंने. मतलब वो अगर कोई ऐसा बोले ये तो क्या है, 1 दिन का काम है, 2 दिन का काम है, लेकिन वो एक एक्शन मिलने के लिए, जब तक वो एक्शन मुझे नहीं मिलती है, वो एक्शन मिलने के लिए बहुत टाइम गया मेरा. मतलब 3 साल गए मेरे. I just knew कि I want to sit there, where all these people, वो सब लोग आते थे वहाँ पे और वो बांधते थे, क्योंकि ये स्टोरीज मैंने तो पहले भी सुनी थी. तो I believe in these actions basically. तो मुझे ऐसे नहीं लगता कि मैंने कभी ये भी सोचा था कि मैं रियलिस्टिक पेंट करूंगी. ये भी मैंने नहीं सोचा था. वो शायद मैं तब क्लासेस लेती थी और मुझे लगता था सबको आना चाहिए पेंट करने को, तो इसलिए. लेकिन अब जब मैं ये गांव में जाती हूँ, तो जैसे मैंने बोला कि वो जो फिंगर से कर रही थी, वो बेसिकली हम लोग का गांव में लाइक कोंकण में वहाँ पे वैसे रंगोली करते हैं, वो चूना या फिर राइस पाउडर. तो वहाँ पे मैंने वो किया, और पता नहीं शायद मैं वो दिखाऊंगी नहीं दिखाऊंगी मुझे नहीं पता, लेकिन मुझे वो करना था तो मैंने वो किया. और वो मेरे आगे के काम के लिए हेल्प करता है. तो और बाकी की बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, लाइक जब तुम जगह भी चेंज करते हो. अभी का जो मेरा स्टूडियो है वो भी बहुत पुराना है, तो वो स्टूडियो में जब मैं काम करती हूँ तो मुझे कैनवस से ज्यादा मांजर पार्ट अच्छा लगता है, क्योंकि वो थोड़ा उसका टेक्सचर जो है वो ऑफ वाइट रहता है. वॉल्स भी जैसे मैंने बोला सीमेंट के पैचेस है, तो मुझे उसी में अच्छा लगता है. मतलब अभी वही है, तो मुझे उस पे वाइट कैनवस लगाने को नहीं है. मतलब आई थिंक दैट स्पेस ना, वो जो एक्सपीरियंसिंग दैट स्पेस और उसमें से वो काम बनते जाता.
So you don't want to create that illusion with the like if the texture is giving you that illusion, then it's you are fine with that, right? Like but because
काफी लोग मेरे को रियलिज्म का भी बात करते हैं, लेकिन मुझे ऐसे लगता है मैं जितना खुद को समझ रही हूँ कि मैं पहले सरफेस पेंट करती, अब मैं सरफेस नहीं पेंट करती. अब मैं बहुत अंदर जा चुकी हूँ, और इसलिए ना मेरे को ये सब चीजें ज्यादा मायने भी नहीं रखती है कि मैं
But even when you paint that surface, what you are saying, it's not that just surface. There are many painters in that particular point of time in Indian art, especially. Just boom, no? That boom time. A lot of people are painting as a mediatic realism. But I've noticed your painting as a, you are very well documenting Bombay as a city. Like especially this middle class. Our middle class sensibility, like which is also the interior of houses, which we have the stain somewhere. We have stain, next to the switch. There are things which is very small. You very well documented in those paintings. I'm not saying that you are just simply making a skin of something. But slowly you change that, and maybe you felt that in a point that like you don't want to go with that.
नहीं मतलब ऐसे होता है ना सुजीत. What I wanted to say is कि अब आइडियाज तो बहुत आते हैं, समझा, लेकिन I ignore them. तो in that sense I'm talking about surface. कि as I said कि मुझे वहाँ पे बैठना था, लेकिन वो टाइम नहीं था वहाँ पे बैठना, क्योंकि वो नहीं दिखा था मेरे को तब तक. तो वो जो चीज है ना उसको उसके लिए मतलब जितना मैं शायद खुद को अलाउ भी करती हूँ उतना ही खुद को पकड़ के भी रखना पड़ता है, क्योंकि वो जब तक उतना इंटेंसली मुझे लगता नहीं है तब तक मतलब कुछ पॉइंट भी नहीं है ना करने में, तो बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं ना
That's
वैसे
true.
या
I agree.
और एक बार तुमको समझ में आए कि यू आर नोन फॉर दिस, लाइक एज आई सेड कि भांडुप में वो तो मैंने बाहर से देखा था, एक दो बार गई थी, लेकिन जब मैं वहां पे जाने लगी, वहां की चीजें समझने लगी, तब कितनी सारी चीजें ऐसी थी कि मुझे पता नहीं था पहले कि वो क्या है। जैसे पानी का टंकी मैंने बोला, मुझे पता नहीं था कि मैं वहां पे क्यों बैठ रही हूँ, बाद में मुझे समझा कि वो पानी का टंकी है और वहां पे वो ठंडा इसलिए है क्योंकि वो पानी का टंकी, ये मुझे बाद में समझा, पहले मुझे पता नहीं था, पहले मैं ऐसे ही जाती थी। तो इसमें से जो एक सेटिस्फेक्शन मुझे मिलता है और उसके बाद स्टूडियो में काम होता है, तो फिर मैं तब नहीं सोच, तब कुछ डाउट्स ही नहीं रहते ना खुद के ऊपर कि मैं क्या कर रही थी। और फिर वैसे तो फिर मैं पहले जब मैं मुझे याद है जब मैं कॉलेज में थी तो हम लोग एक्सपेरिमेंट करते ही रहते, पेपर के ऊपर पानी डालते, कितना कुछ कुछ करते रहते। तो आई विल बी हैप्पी टू गो बैक टू माय चाइल्डहुड, इनफैक्ट दैट ग्रीन वर्क। तो आई रिमेम्बर बचपन में हम लोग जो गेम खेलते थे वो काम में देखती हूँ तो मुझे वो याद आता है, हम लोग जो स्टोन से खेलते थे, आई डोंट नो इफ ऑल ऑफ यू मस्ट हैव, आई डोंट नो, बट वो छोटे छोटे पत्थर है वो एक साथ में लाके रखने का और उसको चुरा के कोई, तो वो काम जब मैं कर रही थी तो मुझे वो गेम याद आ रहा था। तो आई एम वेरी हैप्पी विद दीज मेमोरीज कि मैं जितना कितना अंदर जा सकती हूँ खुद के while doing some work और फिर काम इमेज बनना उसमें से। एज आई सेड जो पैम्फलेट के लिए जो रियलिस्टिक जो काम किए थे, ये अच्छा सवाल पूछा तूने इसलिए क्योंकि जो पैम्फलेट के जो थे जो फोटोग्राफिक जो मैंने धारावी और वो सब, तो वो ऐसे काम थे कि मैं जाके आने के बाद भी वो एक्सपीरियंस मेरे साथ रहता था। तो इसलिए वो मोबाइल पे फोटो लेके स्टूडियो में पेंट करना ऐसे होता था, लेकिन अब मुझे लगता है कि मुझे ये इमेज मेकिंग में से बाहर जाना है, बाहर निकलना है और मुझे देखना है कि क्या होता है उसमें से। So that is why I am planning to, you know, maybe have a temporary studios and तो मुझे नहीं पता आगे की इमेजरी क्या होगी और मुझे वो सोचना भी नहीं है।
Thank you.
Okay. So unless there are more questions, shall we wind it up?
Yeah, I think so. We'll ask some, like, wait for 5 minutes if some.
Yeah. Anybody else? Buddhadev and all are there. Gautam, others.
Yeah.
It's not a question. It is an observation. I may be wrong. I feel like you're finding your own self in a city like Bombay. I don't know if you're a first generation or the second generation. You're from. You're basically from.
Born
Maybe.
and brought up in Bombay.
Yeah, but your parents must be from some other place.
Yeah.
So maybe you're finding your roots in a way that कि जैसे पानी की बात की थी and you were thinking about, you showed the water body of the village. So वो maybe कहीं ना कहीं subconsciously you are finding yourself and your actual self, maybe. I can guess like that. So, and also, even I see some of the ghettos and I feel like I should go in and see कि क्या है इसमें. But मैं अंदर जाने की कोशिश भी करती हूँ तो आई फील लाइक कोई थोड़ी झिझक होती है कि मैं बात नहीं कर पाऊंगी. आई एम नॉट गुड एट मेकिंग फ्रेंड्स. सो बट यू हैव दैट गट्स. सो आई लाइक दैट यू नो हाउ टू आदान मतलब बातों का आदान प्रदान एक्चुअली जो करना होता है ना कि ऐसे नहीं कि तुम ही बोल रहे हो वो सुन रहे हैं, मतलब दे आर ऑल्सो गिविंग समथिंग इन यू एंड दैट इंटरप्रिटेशन and that's very well, it sets well in together, so that I like about the
लेकिन
works.
मतलब है, लेकिन मैं ये भी बोलती हूँ बात के ये जो एक्शंस की जो बातें हो रही थी कि पेंटिंग भी हो या फिर मैं जो किधर जाके वो टाइम पे जो जो रहता है ना, अगर इफ आई डोंट डू दैट, मतलब जो लोगों के साथ बात करना, और अगर मैं वो नहीं कर करूंगी तो एक 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 अलग अलग किस्म का एक सफोकेशन होता है। तुमको लगता है कि तुम आगे ही नहीं जा सकते, मतलब अनलेस एंड अनटिल यू डोंट डू दिस, तुम कैसे निकलोगे इसमें से? तो इट्स अबाउट दैट बुक ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग समथिंग। एंड जहाँ तक मैंने खुद को समझा है, तो मुझे यही लगा है कि ये ऑर्गेनिकली कुछ चीज़ें जो बिल्ड होती है, जो काफ़ी नेचुरली बिल्ड होती है, जो मैं वापस पहला काम जो मेरा था कि एक आर्टिफिशियल तुम पोज करते हो किसी चीज़ के लिए, और कुछ चीज़ें अपने आप होती जाती है। तो मे बी जस्ट ट्राइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट कि अपने आप जो होती जाती है चीज़ें।
Absolutely. It's like मतलब जॉइन होती रहती है चीजें, कड़ी से कड़ी जॉइन होती
आई
रहती है।
ऑलवेज फील जो काम मैं जब पोर्ट्रेट भी करती थी ना, तो मेरे को हमेशा जिक्सॉ जो पजल होता है अपना, जिक्सॉ पजल, उसका याद आता है। एक फॉर्म दूसरे फॉर्म को ज्वाइन करना। और अभी का भी मतलब वो दिखने के लिए वो दिख सकता है, लेकिन द वे आई पेंट इट्स ऑलवेज सेम। आई फील इट्स जस्ट लाइक जॉइनिंग फॉर्म्स टुगेदर। और yeah, इवन व्हेन आई यूज्ड टू पेंट दिस रियलिस्टिक काम में भी और अभी के काम में भी, कि एक फॉर्म को एक दूसरे के साथ घुसाना एक दूसरे में और ज्वाइन करना, यही करती हूँ।
Sujit,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
So, yeah, so
Thanks, Prajakta.
Ark on the joy
Thank you.
One second.
There's
yeah,
one more
sorry,
question.
sorry, yeah,
Sujit.
sorry. So,
Okay.
I'm Sujit. I'm based in Chennai. So, yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't join you from the beginning, but I was watching the live thing on Facebook. I liked your works and the way how your works are evolved. There are a lot of metaphors which I can relate with your work, because I too live in a metropolitan city. And I do not have any questions, because your talk was really self-explanatory, and there were a lot of insights going on about how it has evolved. So it was good watching your works and you talk. It was really nice to be here. And thanks for the opportunity to be in this group and watch your works. I have this is the first time I'm talking. I'm hearing you speak. I have seen your works online and everything before, and it is good to hear you and watch your works live.
Yeah, same. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the time.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Sujit.
Thank you, Sujit.
Echo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
Thank you very much, everybody who watched us online and offline. Thank you, Prajakta, and thank you, everybody else. And I think a big thank you to Ajit too, who worked behind the scenes to make this successful.
Yes.
Prajakta's husband.
Yeah.
So next week, next Saturday, 5 o'clock, with a new person, new artist, we'll have another discussion. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Sure.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.